This is an overview of your persuasive speech assignment sheet. You will notice that there are 2 pages that contain all the parameters and expectations of what you need to do on this assignment. But I wanted to take a moment just to explain a couple of things as you walk through this assignment. First of all, you're going to notice that the first bullet point says that you have a choice of delivering a 6 to 8 or 8 to 10 minute persuasive speech. You do not have to let me know which time frame you're going to use until the day of your speech. But one of the things that you need to decide is how long you need to speak. As we've been working over the course of the class, time management has been one of the things that we've been trying to work on. So this final formal speech is going to test your ability to adjust your message to a particular time frame. Again, there will be penalties no matter which time frame you choose for either going under time or over time. So it's very important that you practice and time yourself. The second bullet point addresses organizational formats. If you've listened to or taken a look at the other materials related to this assignment, you know that one of the things you're going to have to do is choose the appropriate organizational format for the type of persuasion that you are doing. There are 4 different types of formats, and you should be familiar with each of those, and I will guide you in the process of helping decide which one of those is going to be most appropriate for your speech. The next thing is constructing an outline. You're going to see all the parts of the outline. This is going to be the same process that you used with the informative speech. So the thing that's going to be different is that you're going to be adding in Aristotelian Appeals, but those things are going to show up in the content of your outline. So just be aware that you're going to need to familiarize yourself with the outline structure. Remember that if you have lost points on your outline, that is one of the things that you are able to construct before you ever deliver the speech. So spending some time reviewing the outline instructions and taking a look at the sample outlines would be very important. The next bullet point addresses building arguments to support your position, utilizing claims, reasoning, and evidence. There are separate videos that address the topic of claims, reasoning, and evidence and building arguments. So you'll have to make sure that you watch those. You will be getting some specific instruction on utilizing Aristotelian Appeals, Logos, Pathos, Ethos, and a couple of videos that explain those. Those are actually persuasive appeals that you probably have used your entire life. You just didn't realize that you were using them. For a persuasive message to be effective, you have to be strategic in utilizing logic, emotional appeals, and credibility in order to influence your audience to willingly accept whatever it is that you're trying to persuade. So we will also do an activity that will help you understand how to apply those appeals. Again, you're going to construct an annotated works cited page using the CRAP criteria. If you did not do this on the previous speech, you're going to want to make sure that you do it on this particular speech. Remember, it's important that you are evaluating your sources, and that's part of turning in your works cited page. So if you need help with reviewing the CRAP criteria, those are posted as well, so you should be able to familiarize yourself with those. The next thing, you're going to continue practicing source citations. For this particular speech, you must have a minimum of 5 oral source citations in your speech, and those must be from 5 unique sources. You may cite the same source more than once, but you have to make sure that there are at least 5 independent individual sources cited within your speech. For this speech, you also have to incorporate at least 2 visual aids as a means of support. That does not mean that you have to have 2 different PowerPoints. It means that within a PowerPoint, you would utilize 2 different types of visual aids. So you might have a graph and a chart. You might have a chart and a short video. You might have some pictures and then a word chart. So there are different kinds of visual aids that you can use. If you have questions about what visual aids are appropriate, you can ask. There is not a limitation or expectation on the number of visual aids that you use. Remember that visual aids are effective when they are used to support the development of the message and help the audience better understand what you're talking about. The audience does not easily understand, we don't process easily statistics. So being able to have some visual images that help us understand those statistics can be very effective. And then the last three elements, utilizing effective verbal and nonverbal delivery, listening actively and assessing the performance of your peers, and providing constructive criticism, are all things that you've been doing throughout the course and will be again tested in this final formal presentation. So make sure that you are familiar with what these expectations are as you start to prepare your upcoming persuasive speech.